Hello guys and welcome to round number 11 of the F1 2017 Championship. We're here for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Obviously today is qualifying, and last time out we saw Lewis Hamilton take his first win of the season at round number 10. He'll be hoping to replicate that here in Hungary today. Red Bull, a team that has sort of dropped off the pace of the top two teams, they'll be hoping to get back out there as soon as possible. Another team you want to watch out for is Force India. We've got the battle for fourth place going on between Williams and Force India. They've fallen back in the early stages of this championship, but upgrades have arrived for them here in Hungary. But without further ado, let's go and have a look at the qualifying results. So it's Sebastian Vettel who takes pole position yet again, starting on the soft tyres, so he's in a strong position. A tenth faster, Nico Rosberg, who starts second place. Daniel Ricciardo lining up in third. The second Ferrari of Rubens Barrichello, also starting on the soft tyre, will start in fourth position, with Lewis Hamilton fifth, just 3 thousandths slower than the Ferrari driver. With Max Verstappen lining up in sixth, Valtteri Bottas starts seventh, Jenson Button starts eighth, and the two Toro Rossos rounding out the top 10. So here we are for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Round number 11, and I'm sure, despite being a thin track, we're going to have another fantastic race here today. It's been a while since Sebastian Vettel has taken a win this season, so can he do it today in Hungary? Can he end that unfortunate streak? Let's find out as the car set off for the formation lap. So here he is, the pole sitter Sebastian Vettel, starting on pole for I think the third race in a row. Can he take the win here today? Another person to watch out for is Carlos Sainz, once again starting in the top 10, both Toro Rossos in fact. Can they get some solid points today here in Hungary? They've been doing very well throughout the season. Can they continue that form? But as the cars come round the corner to end the formation lap, to take their grid slots, it's race time. So here we go. We have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's the lights out and away we go, and the start is looking very good for Rubens Barrichello, who goes to the inside. Can he take the Nico Rosberg and the Red Bull? I think he's got the inside line. I think it's going to be a Ferrari 1-2 out of turn 1. Sebastian Vettel hold on to the lead. Rosberg trying to hold it on the outside. Has Barrichello made the move set? That's still side by side and down towards turn 2. Barrichello with the outside line. Can he get the traction on the outside? He's going to try and hold it on the outside. Sebastian Vettel looks like he's going to run away with this. Barrichello with the inside line. Rosberg running very wide on the exit, and it's a Ferrari 1-2 at the end of the first sector. Vettel leads, Barrichello second, and Rosberg in third position. And that couldn't have gone any better for the Ferrari team. It's a 1-2 for them. And on the harder tyre, they have the strategy advantage, and now they have the track position advantage. We're coming on to lap number 2. Can Barrichello make a move on his teammate Sebastian Vettel? He's not going to have DRS, but he will have the slipstream. What can he do down the straight? He has a fast lap of the race, heading on to lap number 3. What can Barrichello do? Goes to the inside. Can he make the move stick? Vettel trying to hold it on the outside. Can Barrichello? I think Barrichello's made the move stick. Yes, he has. Up into first place on lap number 3 from 4th on the grid. He has had a fantastic first couple laps, but what can he do? Can he run away? Can he keep up this pace and just take the win? I don't think that's going to be the case. He's coming around the final corner on lap number 4. I think he's going to be under pressure from Sebastian Vettel and Nico Rosberg. On board with Rosberg now. Look at the slipstream. And look at the speed that Rosberg has gained. Barrichello goes very defensive. They're 3 wide heading down towards turn 1. Who is going to get the advantage here? Barrichello holds on to first place, but I think Rosberg has taken second. I think Vettel is still on the outside, and Vettel does pull out of it. Vettel dropping to third. Rosberg moving up to second. Barrichello holding on to the win for now. But on the next lap, it looks like there's a train forming. But who will be at the front of this train at the end of the straight? Rosberg goes to the outside. Can he hold it on the outside at turn 1? It's a very difficult move to make. We're on board with Vettel now. What can Vettel do? Can he take advantage? He makes contact with Rosberg and loses quite a bit of momentum. It doesn't lose any positions. And at the end of the next lap, he's run to the back of the 2 once again. And it seems Barrichello knows exactly where to place his car to stop Rosberg from getting around. But what is Rosberg going to do? He goes to the inside this time. What can the Ferrari driver do now? Vettel closes up massively and makes contact with his teammate. Barrichello braking very, very early there, but can he hold it on the outside at turn 1? I think Rosberg's made the move stick. Can Barrichello make a move into the turn 2? No, he can't. Vettel makes a move into turn 2. Who's going to get out in front out of the 2 Ferrari drivers? It's Barrichello for now, but can Vettel make a move? It looks like Vettel seems to be going quicker, but just cannot make a move on his teammate. Back on board of Barrichello now. Barrichello needs to get, or at least stay with Rosberg. Rosberg looking very, very quick, and I think Rosberg may just pull away now. Barrichello just doesn't seem to have the pace to stay in the lead. Back on board of Vettel now. He pulls into the pit, which is a very early stop, earlier than the super soft runners. That is very, very weird from the Ferrari team. Maybe just to get Vettel out of that traffic and just get him in clear air. But what tyres is he going to go on to? He goes on to another set of soft tyres, so he's going to have to make another pit stop. He'll be on the slower tyre at the end. I think that's tactics from Ferrari just to get Vettel in clear air and just let him push on those faster tyres for now. Looking at Rosberg now, he comes into the pit and Barrichello is going to be leading the race on the harder compound. Can he maybe get the overcut on Rosberg, or will Sebastian Vettel actually beat Rosberg out of the pit? We'll have to keep an eye on that. But what tyres is Rosberg going to go on to? He goes on to a set of mediums, so he'll be on the soft tyres at the end. And Rosberg going for a longer stint than Sebastian Vettel. Vettel's going to be absolutely flying on the soft tyres, so we'll have to keep an eye out on him. And where is Rosberg going to join? Is Vettel going to get out in front of him? I don't think he is. I don't see Vettel on the track, and I think Rosberg rejoins in a second. At the end of lap number 10, Barrichello comes into the pit now. Where is he going to come out on all of this? Will he beat his teammate, or will he beat Rosberg? I don't think he's going to beat Rosberg, as the Ferrari driver does not seem to have the pace here today. But what tyres is he going to go on to? He's going to go on to a set of medium tyres. So he is on the same strategy as Nico Rosberg. He's going to be on the fastest tyre at the end. But can he defend from his teammate? Vettel putting in the fast lap of the race. I think Vettel is going to take the lead. Yes, he is. There goes Vettel. And I think that was Rosberg as well. Both of them battling for the lead of the race. And Barrichello getting out quite far behind. And on the slower tyre, I don't think he's going to be able to catch them. But now looking at Valtteri Bottas. Had some very strong results this season. But today will not be that case. He has an engine blowout as he heads through turn 2 and 3. And he's going to pull off at the side there. Will that cause a safety car? I think the marshals may be able to recover that. But to go back on board with Barrichello, does that cause a safety car? I don't think it does. Yes, it does. It causes a virtual safety car. So that won't actually affect the race too much. But if you look ahead, you can see Barrichello is just not near Rosberg at all. But Vettel comes into the pit later on in this race. And he's going to go on to a set of the medium tyre and go to the end, most likely. I don't think he's going to make a 3-stop. There's just no need. Rosberg is going to take the lead of the race. There he goes on the right. And the Ferrari driver does put a set of medium tyres on. He is going to the end. But has he done enough to beat Nico Rosberg in the pit stops? It looks like it's down to these two drivers. I don't think Barrichello is quick enough to take the win of the race anymore despite his start. Vettel joins in clear air but behind his teammate. And later on lap number 24, he is right behind Barrichello. What can Vettel do? Would there be team orders to let Vettel back through? Barrichello yet to make his second pit stop. And Vettel remarkably quicker than his teammate, and it looks like Vettel is going to be pushing him around this track. Obviously the only real overtaking spot is to turn 2 and turn number 1, but all this time through sector 2 Vettel is losing time to Nico Rosberg, and Vettel really needs to get Barrichello out of the way as quickly as possible. Ferrari needs to get on that team radio and get the Brazilian out of the way. You can see Vettel is quite literally pushing him. Can Vettel do anything as they head into sector 3? No, he can. He has to sit behind Barrichello. But what is Barrichello going to do on the straight? Is he going to pull to the side and let Vettel through? As they come up onto a lap car, that's Ericsson. Vettel has actually got held up by Ericsson. What's going on there? Ericsson with a puncher, I think. But Barrichello pulls into the pit. I think that's a call from Ferrari to get him out of the way. But Vettel's lost quite a bit of time thanks to that salvo. Still not seeing Vettel on our screen. There he goes, round the final corner. But has that lost too much time for Vettel already? Barrichello pulls into the pit and puts a set of soft tyres on. He is going to the end on that set. Able to push. There is Nico Rosberg. So Vettel has beaten Nico Rosberg in the pit. And Rosberg very far behind Vettel. That's quite confusing. Barrichello closer to Rosberg than Rosberg is to Vettel. Did Rosberg have an issue? I'm not actually too sure. But as we now see the race leader, I think he's going to go to the end and comfortably win the Hungarian Grand Prix. He's under no pressure from anyone, and I'm sure he's just going to cruise to the end. Back on board with Barrichello on lap number 29. Barrichello not looking like he's anywhere near Nico Rosberg, and I think Barrichello is going to have to settle for 3rd position unless Verstappen gets onto the back of him. So with just a couple laps to go, it looks like the top 3 has been decided. However, coming on to the next lap, looking at Sebastian Vettel as he comes through sector 2. And that is yet another engine blowout for the Ferrari driver. He's lost the race win once again, like he did in Austria. He loses it in Hungary. And that means Nico Rosberg is going to take the lead of the race. Unless he has a problem, it's looking like it's going to be a Mercedes win here in Hungary. Looking at Barrichello, he's under pressure from Max Verstappen. What can he do against the Ferrari, the Red Bull? Lacking in pace the first few races of this season, but he's going to try running outside of turn number 1. Barrichello's had plenty of practice throughout this race at defending as they go around turn 1, but Max Verstappen is going to look to the outside at turn number 2. Is he going to make the move? There's a little bit of contact, but Barrichello placing his car perfectly, and Verstappen has to pull out of it. But it's looking like a very good battle for the final 5 laps of this race. Who is going to get a second place in this Grand Prix? We've got Hamilton in the background, closing the gap to these guys, and traffic up ahead. Can Barrichello get past him quickly? He cannot get held up through sector 2. A very difficult sector to pass someone coming through the chicane. And he has got held up by his countryman, Felipe Nasr, ever so slightly. And Verstappen is right onto the back. Hamilton now right onto the back of these guys. It looks like it's going to be a 3-way fight for second position. And despite it looking like the race win has been decided, the second place spot has definitely not. Any of these 3 drivers could take second at this Grand Prix. But who will it be? Will it be the Ferrari? Will it be the Red Bull? Or will it be the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton? But as they come around the final corner, this position is most likely going to be decided into turn 1. What can Verstappen do down the straight? Barrichello going very defensive. Can the Red Bull get him under braking? Into turn 1. Barrichello has made this defensive move stick many times, and today is no different. The Mercedes and the Red Bull getting a little bit of contact there, and Hamilton has actually taken 3rd place. Can Hamilton get past the Ferrari? It's now the Mercedes go to have an attempt against Barrichello. But as you've seen throughout this race, Barrichello is making it incredibly difficult for anyone that tries to overtake him on the outside of turn 1. So maybe Hamilton's going to have to try in a different location, but it's going to be very difficult for the Mercedes car. Can he take that 2nd place spot, or will Barrichello hold on to it in the dying few laps? Coming round the final corner once again, it's now Hamilton's go to try and take him on the DRS straight. He goes to the outside, and it looks like it's going to be a carbon copy. And it looks like Hamilton has already passed the Ferrari, but can Barrichello make a late move? He's later on the brakes, and he takes the position back. Verstappen gets back past Hamilton, and it looks like Barrichello has the defensive move to hold on to 2nd. Verstappen trying on the outside turn 2 again, and yet again just cannot get that momentum. It looks like Barrichello is going to hold on to 2nd place, but will Hamilton or Verstappen take 3rd? It looks like Verstappen trying to make a lunge on the outside. This is very optimistic, and I think he's going to run out of room. Yes, he does. He has to concede position, and Barrichello looks like he's going to hold on to 2nd, but I honestly can't tell who is going to take 3rd position at this Grand Prix. Will it be Verstappen or will it be Hamilton? All these two just have to battle for 3rd, because Barrichello, brilliant at defending as they go into turn 1 and turn 2. You can see the train of the 3 drivers. Can Verstappen do anything into turn 1 this time, trying to get his best exit as possible? And I think he's got the better exit on the Ferrari driver with the slipstream, with the DRS. He goes to the inside this time. Can Barrichello hold it on the outside of turn 1? Hamilton now making a move up the inside. Can Barrichello hold on to that momentum, carry the speed on the outside? They're side by side as they head down to turn 2, but Verstappen a lot more ahead than Barrichello. But can Verstappen hold it on the outside? Barrichello, with that momentum, holds on to 2nd place once again. And it looks like Barrichello is just too good at defending round this track. Obviously it's a thin track, very difficult to overtake, but I think Barrichello has just guaranteed himself 2nd place, and it looks like Verstappen has actually fallen back ever so slightly. But coming on to the final lap, Nico Rosberg has won the Grand Prix, but Barrichello comes around the final corner, so close between the Red Bull and Ferrari, but Barrichello is going to take 2nd place at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Verstappen is going to take 3rd, and I think Hamilton has been overtaken by Daniel Ricciardo. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but here are the race results. Nico Rosberg takes the win by 14 seconds to Barrichello. Max Verstappen finishes in 3rd position, with Daniel Ricciardo finishing 4th, and Lewis Hamilton dropping to 5th. I'm not sure what happened to the Mercedes driver, but disappointing for him. Daniel Kvyat finishes a season best of 6th in that Toro Rosso. Fantastic points haul for the Italian team. Sergio Perez comes home in 7th, Fernando Alonso 8th, Nico Hülkenberg 9th, and Carlos Sainz, making it a double points finish for Toro Rosso, finishes in 10th position. Now taking a look at what that's done to the Drivers' Championship, Nico Rosberg increases his lead to 176 points, 16 points ahead of Rubens Barrichello in 2nd, with Lewis Hamilton 150 points in 3rd. And Sebastian Vettel remains in 4th on 125 points, still a race win behind Lewis Hamilton, and more than 2 race wins behind Nico Rosberg. Daniel Ricciardo is just 1 point ahead of his team, and Max Verstappen 107 points and 106 points for them. Valtteri Bottas with that retirement not scoring, but remains in 7th ahead of Sergio Perez on 58 points. Felipe Massa not scoring as well, so Williams, a disappointing race in Hungary for them. But Massa remains on 44 points, and Fernando Alonso breaches the top 10 on 28 points in that McLaren Honda. Finally, taking a look at the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes lead on 326 points, increasing the gap to Ferrari, who are on 285. Red Bull closing the gap to Ferrari with a fantastic result in Hungary, 213 points for them. As I said, Williams not scoring, remain on 117 points, but still well ahead of Force India. However, they do close the gap ever so slightly with that double points finish. McLaren picking up 4 points despite losing points to Toro Rosso, move up to 7th on 23 points, 1 point ahead of Haas F1, who haven't scored in a while. They'll be hoping to breach that top 10 very soon. And of course, Mano, Renault and Sauber still yet to score points this season. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy, remember to smash the like button and subscribe if you're new on here. Thank you guys for watching, and see ya.